In reference to the first question, I truly believe in the significance of staying true to your home and finding the significance of your home and the importance of that. I also believe it's important to stay true to your home values and carry your home values with you as you progress through life. These are the values that you learned as a young child that your parents always taught you that made you as a person, especially as you switch from childhood to adolescence. Anyways, for this question, I will use the kite runner to compare. Amir fled his childhood home of Afghanistan and went to the United States in search of refuge. In his childhood in Afghanistan, he saw many devastating and brutal images of war and conflict, characterized by an invading Russian country and internal conflicts by terrorist groups that were afflicting terror among its own people and trying to influence the government. In addition, as he thinks of his homeland, Afghanistan, he equates it to the large regret of lying about the raping of his best friend by a local bully, which caused him to never see his best friend again. When he thinks of his home, he is reminded of his selfish past actions and cowardly past actions, which automatically creates a negative perception of the place, Kabul, which he once called home. One day, though, Amir is unexpectedly given a second chance when he has received a call from a friend back in Pakistan who was asking him to try to find Hassan's missing son. After he goes to Afghanistan, he then finds his son and feels as if he has given a second chance for appeasement for the past actions that were truly horrible that he took out. In my opinion, this equates Afghanistan, Amir's home, as the place where Amir was able to be forgiven by God for one of the worst actions possible, lying. This means to me that it is considerably important to Amir, his home. In reference to the quote, "You can leave home all you want, but home will never leave you," I believe this means the values of home will never leave you. The traits you learned at home, the beneficial things and negative things that made you as a person at home will never leave you. By Sansria Tate. Amir's past of lying, his memory of it, and his memory of his friend being raped were the traits that never left him, as from the quote. I also believe home gave him some chills of positivity, though, as he did have some good memories with his best friend, playing with his best friend, and just having a good best friend of Hassan. This is why he was also so traumatized by what he did to Hassan, of lying about him being raped, causing him to be moved away. I also believe that Amir would have led a terrible and brutal, miserable life if he didn't go home. He would have been mentally incapable of being happy for the majority of his life because of his cowardly past. In conclusion, especially because of the kite runner, I will aim at going through life minimizing future regret and bettering my life so I can be happy with the decisions I made in the past and confident in the decisions I will make in the future. After completing this multicultural literature course, I definitely feel more advanced with reading and writing and other literary skills, like the use of literary language like similes, metaphors, imagery, and including that in my writing to make it a better writing and for people to be more willing to read. I also feel more advanced and aware as a beneficial member of a society that tries to aim at learning and understanding different cultures and ethnicities. Yet this may seem small and unimportant. I believe this is the most important idea learned is cultural acceptance. Accepting people for who they are, besides their ethnic backgrounds, religious backgrounds, or nationality, along with different ideologies that you might not agree with totally. In addition, another important idea I learned was the value of courage and strength. As seen in the Kite Runner and in the Joy Luck Club, actually, especially, the courage taken by people had that had to leave their lands and leave their vivid past of the things they saw and the things people done to them, or things they done to people. In Amir's case, it was always sticked with them, and they couldn't kind of go back and fix it because they're in a new place. You know what I mean? So during this course, I also learned about the literary theories, and I believe it is important to value each theory, but especially ethnic studies. Every human should be aware and accepting of everyone. Being knowledgeable also helps to keep the world globalized and helps to keep the world interconnected. Especially in the US, there are various groups who despise interconnectedness and ethnic studies due to the perceived unimportance of minority cultures. I truly believe that the US and the world is becoming very increasingly more willing to be ethically involved and are willing to show compassion towards everyone and anyone, as long as it is done respectfully and with good human-like qualities. As I move on from this course, I plan to use the writing and reading skills I learned to better and advance my education post-collegiately and in college next year. I will use many of the morals I've learned to go through life in the future. I plan to be courageous and strong like many of the characters I've learned about. Lastly, I will stay true to myself and my ethnic backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, and my religious ideologies. As read in the Joy Luck Club, it was stressed many times the importance of remembering and kind of paying attribute to your ethnic background, where you come from, intimating it's the aspects of your home culture despite influences of assimilation, as seen in the Joy Luck Club as they moved to California. In the Joy Luck Club, again, many of the elders stress the importance of keeping your Chinese values, as they were Chinese, and ideas. Because of this, I will always aim at being aware of my cultural past for the rest of my life, and this will help me to be courageous, powerful, and to always have a good self-esteem and self-worth. I also believe that how you perceive your past says who you are as a person, and how you dedicate your past kind of to yourself says who you are as a person, and how you think of yourself. Therefore, in conclusion, this multicultural course has been very beneficial to my life and will help me to be a more understanding and accepting individual of everybody around me, therefore making me a better person and my peers a better person. Thank you.